Hey everybody, it's Ryan here from Guitar Teacher Tools. Today I wanted to give a little bit of update with my new 4-point assessment system that I've been using in my guitar class this year. So I saw this over the summer and I wanted to try and implement it and see how it would do. And I've done this about 3 or 4 times now, so I just wanted to give an update. If you want to know more information and more detailed information about that, go ahead and click the video here where I explain what the system is. But the short version of it is I'm teaching new concepts. I want to see if kids have mastery. And so this 4-point system allows me to break up the content and let the kids choose how they want to show that mastery to me. So the idea is they have to earn 4 points. So I went through the content. In this case, it was the ascending C scale, or going up. And so I've broken it down into 1-pointers, 2-pointers, and then I have 3-pointers, and then I have a full 4-pointer, which is the full complete scale. Now, eventually I want everybody to be able to play level 4 or number 9, the full system, the scale with the down ups and everything. That's the full content. But technically all of these, any of these examples will show me that they've mastered at least the basic content. So the first part is just the half of the scale with half notes, then the upper half again with half notes, same thing above it, below it with quarter notes, same thing here, and then the full scale with half notes, quarter notes. And so the level of difficulty just increases a little bit. And so at first I thought this is a great idea because we're constantly told to make accommodations for the kids, shorten things down. This lets the kids choose, and it was a little tricky at first to kind of figure out how to divide this up to, okay, what's considered 1 point, 2 points, and so forth like that. But now I feel like I'm getting a little bit better at that, and it's going much faster to make these. In fact, I just do a save as, and then just change the title and the content from there. So my first fear was that most kids, or maybe everybody, would just go straight to level 4 and pass that off, and then all of this work was for nothing. And that didn't really happen too much. I would still say about 3/4 of the kids, or most of the kids, are still jumping to level 4, which is fine. But the few kids now that are taking advantage of this have told me, and I asked for feedback, they said they have really appreciated the opportunity to divide this up. It gave them more confidence, like, okay, I don't need the whole thing with down ups, eighth notes. If you can just show me, because right now the scale, the most important thing is just the notes. So if you can do all four of these, great, that's still the content. Now again, eventually, hopefully if they've mastered that, then they build the confidence and they can work their way down. But a side effect of this that I did not see, or an advantage that I saw, was that at first I was teaching the concept kind of on my guitar and explaining to them, because they kind of knew what this was a little bit. And then I gave that out and says, okay, now you have individual time to work. Start at the top and work your way down until it starts to get difficult, and then maybe start there and work there. So the next time I introduced this, when we did the descending, okay, just basically going backwards, I used this, I introduced the scale. They kind of already knew it was at this point for the descending part, just going backwards, but I turned this into warm-ups. This was a great way, just like, okay, everybody, we're going to start at number 1, take mental notes, see where it starts to get difficult. So when your individual practice comes around, you can start working on that. And then if you master one of them, you can go to the next level and blah, 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 until you figure out, until we actually do the assessment a day or 2 later. So if nothing else, this just gave me more practice material, and at breaking up that practice material even more, was able to make them, I think, more successful, so that maybe that most of them did reach number 4 inadvertently, and then when the assessment came, they just took that anyways. So I am finding great success with this. It's been a great new tool. I have these on my Teacher Pay Teacher website for now. I've got some scales. I'm slowly doing it by content as I'm doing it this year. So right now I have the C scale, the up and down. Next week I'm teaching A minor, so I did the same thing. And again, it was really easy to convert this to A minor. Again, in Finale, it just took me a few minutes just to transpose this to A minor instead of C. So now that I've got the system going and I know the concept a little bit, this is going pretty quickly to make the new materials. For beginners, I have one that's just based on rhythms and one that's based on tablature. And again, we're going into the first string here soon, so I've got one now developed for the first string, so I'll do each string and I'll slowly build these up from there. But again, I've had a lot of great success with this, and hopefully give it a try, see what you think.